Hello. I am the Linux Mitch. Today I'm going to remote into my Windows 10 computer, a real bare metal computer, not a virtual machine. And I'm going to show you how to make a live USB thumb drive with Linux Mint on it. So let's get to it. So right now I'm in my main production computer, which is running Arch Linux with the Spectre window manager. So now I'm going to do a remote session into my Windows 10 computer. And actually, I'm already logged into it. So I'm just going to press the key and move to a different workspace. Okay, so now I've logged into my Windows 10 computer. And like I said, it's a real bare metal computer. It's not a virtual machine. So what I'm going to do is open up Firefox. I have it pinned down here already. Let's just open it up. And I'm going to type in Rufus. And I'm going to click this on. And I'm just going to go down here. And there's 4 options here. I'm going to pick the first option, Rufus 4.6 EXE, standard for Windows 64. It's 1.5 megabytes, so it's only going to take a second to download. Okay, so I'm going to click it on, and it finished. It's already downloaded. So I'm going to close my web browser, and I'm going to open up my file manager, and I'm going to make that full screen. Well, let's just click on this Mint folder right here. I have a Mint folder here. And in previous videos within the past month, I logged into here and I showed you how to download a Linux Mint ISO in your Windows 10 machine. I showed how to verify the ISO in the Windows 10 machine. And I even showed how to download and install virtual software called VirtualBox and how to create a virtual machine of Linux Mint in your Windows 10 computer. Now today, like I said, I downloaded the software called Rufus, and I'm going to use it to make a live USB thumb drive of Linux Mint. And what you can do with a thumb drive is, once you've made it, you can boot onto it in your computer, play with Linux Mint, shut it down and boot back into Windows, or you can install it on your computer. So this is the Linux Mint folder I made where I downloaded the ISO, the SHA-256 some text file, and the signature file. And this is where I verified my ISO. So now I'm going to go into my downloads folder, and you can see right here, I have Rufus. So I'm going to click it on. And do you want to allow this to make changes to device? Yes. You want to allow Rufus to check for application updates online? Yes, sure, why not? So it's recognizing my USB thumb drive. I have a 16 gig USB thumb drive plugged into the computer. So here you have a pull down menu, and there's several options, but I'm going to leave it on here, disk or ISO image. Then I'm going to click on this select, and I'm going to work my way to where I have my ISO, which is in the C drive. And I made a folder called ISO. I'm going to click that on. And then I have an Arch folder and a Mint folder. So I'm going to click on the Mint folder, and there's the ISO. So I'm going to click it on, and I'm going to open it. So we're going to be making our live ISO on this USB 16 gigabyte drive. It's Linux Mint 22.1 Cinnamon. I'm just going to leave everything the way it is. I'm not going to change anything here. So I'm going to start. I'm going to click on the start button. Now they're giving you a warning, and I'm just going to follow the recommended one, okay? Now you have to be careful, because what it's going to do is it's going to wipe everything off your thumb drive. So make sure you have nothing important on your thumb drive. And I'm going to click OK. It's giving you a warning. I'm just going to say yes. It's giving you another warning. They want to make sure you're not wiping something out important. So I'm going to click OK. And it's writing it. Now, this thumb drive is USB 3, but this particular Windows computer, it's a really old computer, and my USB ports are USB 2 only. So it should only take a few minutes. It might take a little bit longer in this one because, like I said, my ports are USB 2. If your ports are USB 3, it's going to be faster. So it's going to take a couple of minutes, and I'm going to pause the video and come back. So don't go away. Okay, so it finished. So what I'm going to do is close it. Let's go to this PC. And we have here, and this is my C drive for my Windows 10 computer. And this is my thumb drive, Linux Mint D. Let's open it up. And this is a Linux Mint thumb drive. So that's all you have to do. And now what you're going to do is reboot your computer. And when it's rebooting, you're most likely going to have to hit the F12 button, but it could be F11, it could be F1, F2, it could be escape, it could be delete. You just have to know how to get into your BIOS. I have Acer and Dell computers, and all of them, it's F12. You just have to hit the F12 at the right moment, or else you're going to boot back into your Windows. And when it's booting, if you hit the F12 at the right moment, and actually when you're booting, it's going to show you on the screen what key you have to hit to get into the BIOS. But like I said, my computers are all F12, and I have 2 Acers and 3 Dells, and they're all F12. So like I said, you just have to do it fast. And once you get into the BIOS, it's going to give you the option of booting on to the thumb drive. You can boot onto your thumb drive, and it's going to boot you into a live version of Linux Mint. You can play with it, reboot your computer, and boot back into your Windows 10, and there'll be no harm, no foul. But when you're playing with Linux Mint, there's an icon there you can click on to install it. And it's going to give you the option to install Linux Mint on your computer. Well, it's going to give you the option to wipe Windows right out and install Linux Mint on your computer. And it's even going to give you the option to do a dual boot. Now, the only thing is that if you do a dual boot, there's a possibility that the next time you upgrade your Windows 10 computer, it could mess up your boot menu and you won't be able to get back into Linux Mint. So I don't really recommend dual booting, even though I've done some videos on it. And that's it. In this video, I logged into a real bare metal computer with Windows 10 in it, and I showed you how to make a live USB thumb drive of Linux Mint inside your Windows 10 computer. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I am the Linux Mensch.